Yeah. This is energetic music we're starting off with. Woo! This is like OG drum and bass right here. Also, it feels a little Crash Bandicoot, right? Oh my god. Uka Uka is free! No, it cannot be! Oh gosh, I love Crash Bandicoot. That is like my jam. My childhood jam. Oh my gosh. I did love the updated versions too. Those were very good. The Toys for Bob versions. I didn't like Crash Bandicoot 4 though. I felt like it should have been a great game. And it was just not, I don't know, it just felt like they wanted to like really either milk it or punish us for loving Crash Bandicoot by making all the levels very long and very difficult and it impossible to like 100%. But I'm not here to get into a rant about Crash Bandicoot 4. I'll save that for another day. Another session. Okay, let me set this to... I guess I don't need any filters. We just want 1 minute. 1 minute. I wish I could do 45 seconds, but... Oh, hey, extension of my will. Yeah, I never played Mind Over Mutant. I have to, like, give those other ones a chance because I remember playing, I can't remember which one it was. It was... I played the Crash Bandicoot where you're like... I don't know, there's levels where like you're in some sort of like ball and you're trying to like, you know, go through the level. I don't think it was Mind Over Mutant. It was like one of the first ones on the PS2. And I remember playing it and I thought it was okay, but I just never really got as into it as I did with like the first three. Crash Bandicoot 2 was like, oh god. Like, all three of them were like my childhood. I remember I had neighbors. Continue on device. I had these like neighbors that, oh my gosh, like, I would always play with my one friend. Like, he and I would always play like Mortal Kombat. Oh my god, we would get so into trying to do all like the Mortal Kombat like special like finishing moves where like you turn them into babies or you rip the guy's spine out or like you switch bodies or some sort of weird stuff like that. And then like his brother had Crash Bandicoot and then like I was just enamored. But it was the first one, like I watched him play like the final level where you get all the gems and then you can save Tanya and like ride off into the sunset on a tiger. And I was like, I have to play this game. So I remember completing Crash Bandicoot 2 like a lot of times. I could not complete 3. 3 was like really hard to complete. And I never completed 1. I tried. 1, I think I might have done it. I might have done 1. 3 they made really hard. I don't know. Making the monsters fight. Is that like what Mind Over Mutant is like? You kind of get the big guys to fight. Are like all the villains in it is like the normal lineup of villains in it, like Tiny Tiger and Koala Kong and Dingodile and all that. I will say I didn't care for with the 4th Crash Bandicoot, the new one they made. It's About Time or whatever. I just didn't like that all of the levels were like 3 times as long as they needed to be, and everything was so hard to find and so like kind of unintuitive to find because they just wanted it to be hard for the sake of being hard. I didn't really care for that. Other than that, like I like the level designs. I like that you could play as different characters. I actually like ended up loving all the Dingodile levels a lot. I didn't like the redesign for Tanya. I just tend to really hate when they like take a sexy character and then they're like, no, we gotta make her a strong female character because sexy characters are Or bad. Oh my god, like I don't care for that move, like, ever. I feel like it's just like it's a very lazy move. Because it's like you're not like characterizing them any better. You're just making them, now I'm the tough female character. It's like, I don't know. The whole thing was like Crash and Tanya like are a thing. And now they're not a thing because she's a strong, independent woman. Strong, independent women have needs. Excuse me. Oh. Oh, that's cool. I think I'd probably enjoy Mind Over Mutant. I like that a lot. I always like fun kind of gimmicks like that. Like, I think in Crash 2, like, honestly, some of my favorite levels were the ones with the little with the little gimmicks. Like, I love the ones on the little polar bear where like you ride the polar bear. Those are really great. But like, I think my favorite were the ones where you're getting chased by a boulder. And like, it's funny because like, I don't know, it's like kind of stressful. Like if you if you think about it, but those were like my favorite ones. I have no idea why. But it was like always really fun. And I loved in 3 when you're riding the tiger. I think the tiger riding levels were like the kind of like, the best riding on an animal levels. It was like tiger first, then dog, and the pig ones were bad in the first game. I would not say those were good levels. The controlling of the pig was so bad in Crash 1. But I think Crash 1 has like just other kind of redeeming factors to it. Like, I really love all the laboratory stuff in Crash 1. Like, I think that that's like such fun level design and environment design. And I think in Crash Bandicoot in general, I always just love the mad scientist thing with all those characters. I really love the villains. The villains were always so fun, like N-Cortex and Neocortex and Engine and Embryo. They all end in N. And the villains. Like, I love Tiny Tiger. Koala Kong, like, I remember in the first one when you fight Koala Kong, he like shakes his butt at you. Like, he like does all this posing and shakes his butt. I like Ripperoo also. Like in the second one, he was good. I never played Crash Team Racing, and I've heard a lot of people say it's really good. So I'd be really down to like try it out one time. At least, because I've heard a surprising amount of good things about it. I had Crash Bash. That was like kind of the like unofficial like 4th Crash game. Because it came out after the first 3, but before the PlayStation 2 games. And I think it came out around when Crash Team Racing came out. But Crash Team Racing is like a racing game exclusively. Crash Bash is like... It's like if Crash Bandicoot were like Mario Party, like that's what they were going for. And it's alright. I wouldn't say it's like good, but it's like alright to play with friends. I think I don't like it, though. I played it a lot, and I think in retrospect, I don't really... I'll just let it live in the past. It's not something that I think I would go back and play again, unless I was just feeling really nostalgic. I was like, I have to see what this was. Then maybe. But I'd only play it with somebody, because I don't think I'd play a bunch of mini games by myself. Like a pinball game. There's like a knock people off the ice. It was literally just Mario Party. And I didn't have a Super Nintendo. So I never played, or GameCube or any... Well, actually, no. I never had a GameCube, so I never played Mario Party. I did have a Super Nintendo. That was like my first thing. But yeah, I've always played video. I've always loved it. It was always something that I was really in. I don't know why, you know? I don't even know how I got into them. I think it just someone got me a Super Nintendo. And the first like bunch of Mario games. And I really liked 2 and 3 because I liked in 2 Princess Peach could float. And I liked 3 because you could be the raccoon Mario and fly around. But yeah, and then I got... Oh, you know, it might have been one of my babysitters because he had a... He had whatever you play Mortal Kombat on, and he got me into Mortal Kombat. And Street Fighter. And I loved that. Ugh. I love those games. They were so fun. I love Street Fighter. I remember beating the game with Chun-Li, and I was like so happy as a kid. Yeah, I feel like the PS2 was one of my favorite eras of games, just with the kinds of games that were out on it. Like, so many good memories. Yeah, I guess if you play them a lot, you should take good care of them. Because that stuff, like... Stuff's kind of hard to come by digitally, I feel like. Oh, wait. 1 second. Make sure my... I keep pressing 1 and 2, and I remember that changes the eyes of my PNG tuber. Yeah, I remember having so much fun playing... Yeah, that's enough boxes. Let's actually do some figure drawing. I had so much fun playing, like, Tony Hawk's Underground. I didn't get into the first, like, couple of Tony Hawks, but I got into, like, Underground. That was when I got my PS2 and started playing when that game came out. I loved the heck out of that game. Oh my god. Like, that was like, such a big formative game for me. I really love that game. I have so many fond memories. I love the soundtrack. Soundtrack was just like so dope. I still sometimes like put that soundtrack on. I know a lot of the words to a lot of songs. It was like one of my kind of intros to like punk music. Although I was like kind of into punk music a little bit more than usual because my mom liked it. She was into a lot of that kind of stuff then. So she introduced me to that. She's a music aficionado. Oh man, the PSP. Was the PSP fun to have? I remember like being interested and I never ended up having one. But I bet those were fun on the PSP. That was kind of like the PlayStation's like version of a Game Boy. Oh man, this is so like Lion King. Simba on the African plains. Simba's playing and having a good time. Gosh, I gotta get fast, man. Man, I'm really enjoying that Baldur's Gate game. I can already feel like the fever coming on. And I think I didn't have it with Resident Evil Remake because I've already played that game like a bunch of times. But man, like when I play a new game and I get into it, I start getting the fever. I start getting the like, I want to like start my day playing this game for 10 hours fever. Oh my god. It happens all the time to me. Like... I've done it with many, many games. And I can feel it happening with this. I was like watching all sorts of tutorial videos last night. Aw. Oh no, that sucks that it broke. Imagine it was kind of like a delicate bit of hardware though, to be honest. Seemed like the PSPs were like a little more delicate than like even the Game Boys were. Game Boys were kind of weirdly sturdy. What kind of games would you play on the PSP with your buddy? I know there's a lot of like cool like racing games and multiplayer games because that's kind of the vibe they were going for with those. They're like, you can be anywhere and play with your friends. It was kind of like how they're like with the Switch now. How Nintendo's like with the Switch. That said, I have not really done any playing games with other people on my Switch or anything like that. One of these days I'll play games with like people. But I'm so used to doing like solo games. I think like when you're in like high school and stuff, it's just easier because also like all your friends are on the same schedule. So then like of course like all your friends are available after school. But like for me now it's like, oh, now I'm the weirdo that freelances, so I don't have the same schedule. I mean, there was a time where I did. Run is too big. Oh, she's sleepy. Indeed. Okay. Bring your arm up. I feel like that would be natural for sleeping people. I missed what you said. The extension of my will. I have to like turn the chat fade off. It doesn't fade. Sorry, I missed what you said about your friend. Yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's hard to play video games and not want to make them, at least in my opinion. So it feels like a kind of like a logical step. I mean, maybe not for everybody. I know there's a lot of people who just want to play games and do other things, or just want to play games. For me, it's like, but you could make them too. But I'm very much the kind of like, oh, well, if I could make it, I want to try making it at some point. I mean, I used to work on video games. I really like MMOs. Like, that was really fun working when I got to work on MMOs. I would work in video games again, for sure. Look at these three. Oh god. Alright, let's attempt this. A lot happening here. What kind of games would you make if you could make games? I mean, not if you could make games, but what kind of games would you be interested in making? Didgeridoo. The didgeridoo in here. I think it's a didgeridoo, it's not a jaw harp. Sound like a jaw harp. Oh, didgeridoo, then jaw harp. Yeah, no, I feel that. I'm not, you know, I think that it's like, I mean, I kind of feel it. It's hard for me to like imagine myself getting into something like Fortnite or like or Valorant or like any of those like really kind of competitive games. And I mean, like, I remember for like a very, very tiny brief stint, like I played like Call of Duty and stuff. But not competitively. I just was like, hey, I have Call of Duty. Let's see what the multiplayer campaign is like. And I just found it really annoying because it was just pretty much, it felt like all these people with a lot of time on their hands to really like learn how to play the game right are playing here. And it just wasn't like as much fun as I kind of like thought I might have. So I just stuck with playing the campaign. Yeah, I like cinematic games. I really like the storytelling aspects of games and the characters, so I tend to get into that. That said, I really love co-op games. I think co-op games are like really fun. It's just depends. I think it's because I'm running out. I have to play the Grand Theft Autos one day. That's like one series that I haven't played. I tried playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Not the first one. I had the second one. Just because, like, my ex had it. So I was like, I should try playing this. And I did have a friend that played it, and she got really into, like, the furs. Like, collecting, like, furs and trading furs. So it's so funny to me that you can, like, get into, like, other elements of a game like that that aren't, like, the main story campaign. But I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I'm not, like, a huge... I like Westerns, but I'm not, like, a huge Western person. So wasn't, like, my super jam. I don't know, it's, like, it's hard with certain, like, time period pieces, because it's, like... If my overall takeaway ends up like, man, it sucks to be living during this era. Like, it makes me just not, like, as interested in playing the game. Like, man, it sucks to be a cowboy. It sucks to be a mobster. I don't know, I like mobster stuff more. Oh, it's Ariel. It's Ariel time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although it's funny, I don't feel that way about like prehistoric stuff. Cause maybe because there's like no society. So I don't mind prehistoric stuff. Cause I'm like, well, there's no society, it's just nature, so that's okay. Even though it's like harsh. Even though they're all living in caves, like I'm more okay with that than like human-made society. Yeah, I love co-op. I love doing stuff with peeps. Like, I loved RE5. That was so much fun. But I don't know if I would have loved it as much if I didn't play it co-op. Hard to say. I've only played it co-op. This reminds me of the music in the beginning of the Separate Ways when Louise was doing his like little dance. And like Ada comes and he wraps her in the dance with him and she's like not into it. She's like, okay, let me go now. You're not Leon. You wouldn't have cared if it was Leon. Should have been okay. Me too, I would have been okay. As much as I like Luis now in the games after. Procedural elements, yeah, I like what I'm pretty sure I like what that is, but what are procedural elements in video games? Like when you gotta plan stuff? Like a Minecraft kind of game. I love Minecraft. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I like that too. I like that kind of stuff as well. a cool song. Okay, I think that's probably where we're gonna stop it. This is why I tell my students to like give yourself room. This always happens to me, so I just want them to not have to run into my mistake of not giving yourself enough room, and then I'll walk by. That's alright, yeah. If I was doing this on paper, I'd just have a bajillion post-its on it. Okay. Cool. So, great. That's our 10 poses for Tadizzle. They're mostly finished. They're just slightly unfinished. Because I didn't give myself enough. That's okay. Yeah! Wee! Woo! Even drew boxes! Lately, when I do the boxes with my coffee, I've been drawing like L's. So I can like get my right angle practice in. Cause like that's a good complex form to like touch with, like an L shape. You're gonna definitely get some good mileage out of that. I've been doing them with cylinders too. That can be handy as well. Back and back. I've been doing this sort of thing. This is kind of a nice, like, sort of spiritual sequel to the just normal boxes. Kind of going awry here, but I've been doing it with cylinders too. Putting one cylinder together. 2 cylinders. So I can make sure that I get more depth into like drawing arms. That's really it. Doing that here because I know when I jump into Leon, I'm gonna want this. I'm gonna want whatever control I get from this. Oh, that's cool. I bet the climbing mechanics and markers and stuff were just insane for frickin' whatchamacallit, for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like, that's all I can think with those. Oh my god. Because Link climbs like nearly everything. Just damn near everything in that game. Oh my god. Like, he's like Squirrel Boy in that game. I feel like I'm so spoiled in that game because he can move so much. Like, when I play other games and I have limited movement, like it takes me a minute to like kind of calibrate. like being able to scramble around everything. Alright, so I want to do some arm cities. Let's start with that other one. It's got basic shapes, because, like, we're making good progress on our Leon. I just really want to get these arms feeling right. One of my ex-students, like, they've been doing all these crazy studies and posting them in our Discord. Like, oh my god, he did, like, some arm studies, and I'm like, I need to eat that. I need to, like, eat new greens. Like, I'm drawing buff arms. I need to eat that because... because you've got a real good grip on it, dude. I need to get a better grip. Not bad, though. Not bad, but... I mean, I'm mostly focusing on Leon's face, to be honest with you. But we're getting it. Today I'm planning on inking this one, and I'm gonna ink this one. Because this is, like... this one's gonna kind of be... I'm gonna use some of those drawings to build some of these other drawings. Since it's just in-betweening, and this is like... this is the frame has the most movement. But I did these other frames, I'm happy. And then we'll get the gun and the accessories, the knife and everything in there. That'll be good. But... he's getting there. Slowly but surely. Oh, the second way of, like, putting a marker and saying you can go here versus, like, programming every which way you can climb. I can feel that for sure. You know, one day I'm gonna take a Will Weston class. I'm gonna be like, sir, I couldn't be more familiar with your drawings. I've been studying them for years. He's gonna be like, why didn't you take my class before? I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know. Life, I don't know. I took a Steven Silver workshop way back in the day. Way back in the day. Like, way back. Way back in the day. And, that was good. But I was, like, it's like, my skill level was, like, very different. I was just not as comprehensively able. My comprehension was just, like, not as good as it is now. My comprehension is way better now because, like, I think I've just spent longer comprehending this kind of stuff. So I'm just more, like, capable of, like, drawing something and being like, oh, that's how it's done, versus, like, back in the day it was more like, I think I'm doing it. I think this works, right? Like, I don't know, I feel like I spent a bunch of stages making art where it's like I would draw something and it's like, are you able to see what you're doing when you're producing? Like, are your eyes comprehending what you're doing? It was questionable. Now it's a lot more close. A lot more true to form. Oh no, yeah, working out is good for you, man. I don't do it as much as I should. I stretch a lot though. I have to stretch and do yoga or else I'm like done for. I've spent time like thinking like, well, what if I just didn't do my yoga and stretching? And I paid for it. So we don't do that. We make sure we at least do that. I'm too old to not have a stretching routine. Okay, so I like this. I really like what he's doing here with the like rounded form and then the cylinder kind of square part and then the rounded form and then this part. Also, I think it's important to note that we do have like a kind of a rhythm we could trace from like here to here. Armpit to wrist. I mean, we could trace it to the top of the wrist, but we don't need to. We can just kind of go from like underside to overside. Or I guess it's underside to underside. But we have like this over-under kind of quality here. Kalimba music, I love it. So chill. Oh, I just looked at the chat again. Oh, so you're saying that the developer can make an automatic system to detect what should be climbable as opposed to setting markers. Yeah, I can imagine how that would be like way easier. Especially on a game like, again, like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Like, with all of the climbing one can do. Like, is it climbable? Let them climb. Okay, so I see what's happening. You never went to art school, so you don't know how to do things that you can do. There's a little bit of, I'm gonna I honestly, man, like, art school can be great because there are instances where you can like be taught things that are really helpful and like just use that as a jumping off point to learn other things. I absolutely, but also you can absolutely be taught things that get in your way. That is the real like blessing and curse of like art school, especially, is that like it's like it so depends on like how your professor teaches you how to learn. That's like the kind of biggest skill I think that you can have. If your professor teaches you comprehension and comprehensive skills, then you're gonna be really good. And if your professor teaches you their technique, you're gonna have a hard ass time. Oh my god. Like, if your teacher teaches you, like, well, this is how I draw and you should draw that way. This is how I generalize the forms and this is how I stylize this or go about doing that. Oh my god, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have a really bad time. Because they spent years learning their own ability, like, of comprehension to, like, draw those conclusions. And then for them to, like, teach you like that. Not every teacher will do this, but just some will. And they don't know. They're not doing it on purpose. They're not trying to, like, set you up to fail. But they're just gonna put a lot of bad habits. They're going to, it's the breeding ground for bad habits. Like, it won't, like, directly give you bad habits. Like, if you're able to, like, have, you know, decent comprehension about, like, what you're doing, then, you know, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be able to, like, interpret their lessons properly. But if not, if you're like, you're just coming in, you're just learning how to draw, and they're like, well, stylize the body like this, stylize the forms like this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You could spend the whole rest of your life trying to break those habits. Oh my god. If someone asks you to teach them, well, just teach them what you know. That's the thing too. It's like, I don't know. I learned how to learn, and so I teach my students that. I don't teach my students how I draw. I teach my students how I learn to draw. I think that's kind of the sweet spot. 'Cause I want all my students to draw like they draw. I want my students to draw what they want to draw, because I'm more interested in seeing that than anyone copying me. I don't think I have all the answers, so... And I know I don't, because I see some of my students' like artwork and drawings and animations, and I'm like, holy moly, I am so happy to witness this. Damn. Please keep me updated on what you do. I am a fan. I do not have all the answers. But you know, if I can like... There's always a way to kind of like help them along, though. That's the thing. So it's like, you know, I don't have all the answers, but a lot of times, you know, my experience will help me to have an answer that will be helpful for them. So yeah, you know, it's like... It's always a good bet. If you don't know how to teach somebody, just teach them how you learned to learn. It's a good rule of thumb. You can't go wrong. Aw, thanks, man. I love animating and making art, and you know, I think that just kind of that makes it a good class. I care about everyone learning what they want to learn, how they want to learn, so they can make their cool art. That's what it's about. I don't know how other teachers teach, but I like what I do. And thank you. I mean, Michael Hams is not wrong about that in some ways. In some ways, I think. You know, because I feel like with... It's like, it's one of these things where, like, you just have to... I feel like, for me... Yes, that was a lot of my drawing. Just making thousands of drawings. But until, like, I figured out how to... Not figured out how to make them good, until my muscle memory kind of kicked in. But I think there's a little bit of that. I think it's, like, learning your blind spots is gonna be, like, the most important thing to, like, actually not working so hard when you draw. Because I think it's the hardest thing to know your blind spots. And sometimes, like, other people can help you recognize them, and that's cool. But I think, like, the more you try stuff out... Because I always used to be, like... I always used to have such a hard time with, like, figure drawing, because it's like, well, do I draw the angle sighting, and then the forms, and then this, and then the that? But my proportions are always off, but what if the shapes and this and that? Like, there's so many components to, like, figure drawing. But it wasn't until, like, I kind of understood... Well, I kind of understood, like, what I wanted to express from the poses. I think that was helpful. That was a blind spot. I was, like, kind of just blindly drawing, and I wasn't really understanding it. I didn't understand how to study proportion, so learning that, getting aware of that blind spot helped me so much. It was like getting aware that I didn't understand how to replicate and understand proportion. And then, like, the line of action and movement, like how to hierarchically prioritize that. And once I did that, everything else was, like, secondary to those goals. So I think just, like, for me, my blind spot was, like, not having goals. And then once I had goals, I knew what skills were kind of the foundation of my drawings. And then everything else was easy from there. But it took me 1,000 drawings to get there. It took me too long. Yeah, see, I'm jealous of people who just look at things and know how to draw them. I love that. I love when that happens. I'm so happy when it's easy for people. Oh my god. It doesn't work like that for me. I don't know. My brain's my brain for a reason, I guess. Yeah, you gotta find ways that work for you and your own understanding and all of that. Yeah, look at things, yeah. I mean, not looking at things is important. Like, again, like being able to break things down and understand them, like the only reason I was able to get over here, to draw this gun like decently enough. I mean, it's in red, there's a mask over it, but I feel like it took me a minute to figure out how to draw this gun decently because there's so many details and all there's this and that. Because like I learned how to break things down, you know, I learned how to do a study where I could understand proportionally what's happening, where the gestures are happening, you know, what's always gonna line up relative to what, so that I can understand like the relationships between the shapes and proportions to like replicate and build something that feels consistent, but also feels like it's capturing the intention of like the original object. And then from any angle, like some of these like guidelines still work to like, you know, capture that essence, you know, like this line is as big as this line, you know, when it's from the side view. Like these two lines are actually the same length. Things like that, like understanding the kinds of relationships can help me break down anything, whether it's like a character design, you know, like Leon's head, you know, or it's a gun, or it's anything. So like learning that ability to like break it down and then visualize it, like that was kind of one of the more helpful things that I figured out how to do. And animating honestly helped me to figure that out. So I think being an animator is kind of one of the best ways to level up your skill because there's so many like skills that go into doing it. Yeah, drawing accurately is almost like all, it's measuring and understanding the flow. It's like flow and measurement. I think like once I really kind of focused on that, like cuz like with figures, you know, it's like what is the intention of the pose? You know, like for her, like what's the intention of the pose? Well, this is the intention. Like I mean, there is a reaching, but there's this main stretching that's happening in the body that kind of supports the reaching. So that's like a little bit secondary. So it's like, you know, we have this main idea going through all the forms. So that's like kind of leading us up through the neck, through the eyes. And then from the knee up through the little armpit, the eyes, you know, so that's the main idea. And then the measurements of it, like we're gonna have, you know, this is gonna be one measurement. Everything's gonna kind of be like, I don't know, this maybe, it's not a standing example, so we're not gonna have like the same kind of breakdown as we might have like with something like this, where you get like nearly half and half with these measurements. It's like these relative proportions, like understanding them are very helpful. Yeah, that's great that you never stop drawing. Like that's the thing. It's like you just keep doing it 'cause it's fun. I think it's so tough for people who like, you know, I don't know, it's like, it's really fun to draw. I think it's like tough for people who see other people drawing and they're like, I should be able to do that. It's like, you know, it's tough when it becomes a should, or I should be drawing more. Like if you need to take a break and like you see other people drawing or other drawings and you're like, I should be. Like if you can make it from a place of where you're just like, I love it, I'm doing it because I'm enjoying myself, you're just gonna have a much better time. It's like, you know, life's too short to should anything. Oh, I should do like plane studies like this. Got with these paper planes. Peppa plans. Alright. Well, it's funky song. are interesting. I know, right? It's a groove. By the way, how you doing, Tom? Good to see you. I mean, I'm not really seeing you, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. An interesting way of blues. They really do. They're so Crash Bandicoot. What did I type in? I don't know, tropical forest or something like that. I baldered many gates, and then after I was like, I don't know how to play this game. I was like, all right, I don't know how to play this game because I don't know D&D enough, and it's so D&D. And so I watched a bunch of like tutorials, like how to play Baldur's Gate, what to do. And to be honest with you, I didn't find any good beginner guide, because it's like every beginner guide was treating me as though I've like done this for like years. I don't know. It's like I'm jumping into a whole galaxy of knowledge, and all of the tutorials are like, so when you do this thing that obviously everyone knows about, and when you do this other thing that everyone obviously knows about, it's like, I don't know anything. Camping? What is camping? What is trading and bartering? What are items? Like, there is like no tutorial to tell me the absolute basics, but I still got inspired, and I actually went in and I played a little bit. And then I was feeling good. I was actually like, I felt like I was starting to understand it, and then I died and I lost everything, so I still have to do it on stream. I still have to do it again, so I'm gonna do it on stream, is what I mean. But like, I finally figured out how to rest at camp. I didn't do a long rest yet, but I did a short rest. And I leveled up the characters, and I figured out how to like strategize spells and battles better. So I'm like more confident. And like, I realized that you actually like play as all of the characters. You don't just control your character, so I can control the other characters to do and say things. I didn't understand that I could do that. So now I do. No, I know. I'm fine with fumbling through and not playing optimally. But like, I just like, for myself, I like wanted to like know what I'm doing. And also kind of helped me to like realize like it's a long game. It's a long narrative story game. I don't need to like bulldoze my way through it, because I think I was trying to like go a little faster than I really need to go. I can just take my time. So yeah, like now I kind of get it. So I feel like I can get more out of my experience just knowing how to do a little bit more, you know? Because like, I don't know, like, I like to know. Like, I was playing Sonic Mania recently, this year. I never played any Sonic game, and I realized that, and then suddenly they appeared on sale. So I started playing Sonic Mania, and it took me like halfway through that game to realize how to like power up or speed up and like launch myself. Like, I played like more than half the game not knowing how to do a basic function, is what I'm saying. And then I like finally button mashed and figured it out, and I'm like, wow. Like, is this what people did in the dark ages? Of like just buying a game and that was it? Why people bought game guides. So I like to like be able to get the most out of my experience by knowing a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, I went for a while longer. I got into the goblin camp. I talked to the dark elf lady. What When I went back in the game, I accidentally like tried to steal from her without meaning to, and she gave me a dirty look, so I restarted the game. But yeah, I got into the demon camp or the goblin camp, and there was like a red guy who was trying to shake down one of the squid people, one of the dead squid people. And Shadowheart's got an amulet they're all looking for, and Shadowheart's honestly kind of annoying me because like she's, I don't know, like she's prejudiced against like all the other religious people, and it's like I don't know, man. We don't need that. Like the racism is bad enough, but like, come on, man, just live and let live. I'm letting you live and let live, so you do it too. So we'll see where we get with her. Maybe she'll be redeemed after a while. Maybe she'll just annoy me and I'll have to get her out of the group. We'll see. But I'm starting to like Asterion. Like, I didn't expect to like him because I knew... And I knew people, like, are either, like, simping for him or they hate him. I don't feel either. I actually, like... He's like my little bestie, you know? He's like so sassy, and I like to kind of be a little like devious in the games, and he likes that. So I feel like he's kind of like cheering my chaotic neutral energy on a little bit. And the other characters don't do that. Like, I like being a little devious and cunning in these kind of games. I like being a little shit. And he likes that, and it's like, well, how can I not vibe with you? So, I don't know. We'll see how I continue to feel about him, but... It's hard to not like him when he's, like, egging me on. Just a little sassy, I know. I can't help but, like the sassy one. It's just my nature. Alright, I'm enjoying these arm studies. But I think we're gonna do the last one. And then we're gonna... It's like Rayman. That song was just like Rayman. I love Rayman. I think Rayman Origins is the one that I played. It had like a musical kind of theme. I did play one of the original Rayman games like for a minute, but I didn't have it. A friend lent it to me, so I didn't get to play it for very long. They wanted it back. Actually, now that that just reminds me that I never finished Final Fantasy VII. Oh my god, I still have to play that. Speaking of just Final Fantasy always reminds me of this friend in high school who talked about how much, well, I mean, she's my friend now still. But like, she would talk about how much she loved Final Fantasy 14 or something, or 13 or 12, one of them. The one with Riku, the blonde. No, not Tifa. Tifa's in this one. She's talking about how much she loved it and what a great game it was, and then every time I'd ask her to lend it to me, she's like, no, I'm playing it again. That's like that's what I think of when I think of Final Fantasy. But I never finished the 7 remake. It was so long. Like, I think that's why I didn't end up finishing it. It just ended up being longer than I expected. Not that I mind that, but it kept going. Okay, Final Fantasy X. Yeah, that was the one with Riku and oh, the one who looks like this. Got hair like this, and she's got like a little braid, and she's got like some sort of outfit that's like this. I don't know if she's bangs. She's got like a skirt, that half skirt that they always put on those characters. Yuna? I don't know, they all sing. And then there's the other one who wears black. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I never finished that. I realize now. Like, I don't know. I didn't get to anybody important dying. I think I got to the part where we had to rescue Aerith. And then I just didn't finish it. I don't know how far it was in that game. All right, man, you lurk away. Yeah, I heard Final Fantasy X was great. I never played it, but I heard it was great. All right, these studies were fun. I'm really glad we did them. They weren't as like anatomically in depth, but they're really good form-wise, really good muscle-wise. I might want to just like find buff arms though to just... Here, let's see. Buff arms. Just to do a study. I like they drew the meme here. That's funny. Okay, I want the right kind of... Ooh, these are nice. I'm gonna save them for my board though. Not for right now. Okay, that's kinda what I'm looking for. Kinda, sorta. Yeah, that's kinda what I'm looking for. Oh, that's funny. Chris Redfield. That's always what I think of when I think of that character. When I played Final Fantasy, when I played Resident Evil 5, I was just so taken aback by how big his arms were. Like, I was like, man, it's like they put Leon on steroids over here. I thought Leon's arms were big. This guy's like a cartoon character. That's how I felt about him. I think there's a too much button sometimes. Like, it's great if you're like a bodybuilder and it's functional. Or if you're a video game character and you're punching boulders. But I don't know. Maybe if you're like mountain climbing, it's good for real life. I don't know. You do you. It's working out's fun. Alright. I think these are kind of the references I'm looking for. Huh. They are geared up, yeah. Oh, that's right, it's for the top, that's why. He looks like an AI man, I'm gonna skip that. Okay, he's a real dude. Like, that's one of the things that I've started to notice that I don't like. It's very disconcerting. It's like, I started to notice, like, ads with AI people and not like still advertisements, like real advertisements, like on YouTube, and sometimes like on like the Tubi app there's like some ads where it's like, are these real people? I don't like it. Like, I remember watching one for, I think it was like some language learning thing. It was for some sort of like some girl talking about like AI, an AI app or something for some reason. And I'm watching this ad on YouTube before I can skip. And I'm like, I'm looking at this girl and there's something like off about her. Like, A, she's like way too sexy for what she's talking about. Like her like tits are just out. And I'm like, why? This is not about anything to do with that. It was just bizarre and her face looked weird. And then I realized on the second time I watched it, like when it came up again, I'm like, oh, she's not a real person. Okay. Like, she's just straight up an AI person. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I was like really confused. I'm like, why? Oh gosh, yeah, those deepfakes, man. I know. Yeah, same. I'm always like trying to skip them as fast as I can when I see the AI. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Yeah, the deepfakes though, that's freaky. Honestly, like this is what's concerned me about the AI stuff since the beginning. Everyone's like, oh, AI is gonna ruin art in the art industry. And I'm like, you guys, that's bad, but it's not gonna be good for like getting real information to people. Do you understand? The information age has been poisoned because it was already dubious finding out info online, and now everything can be fake. Good lord. So, you know. I hear kids looking up stuff on like ChatGPT instead of like other resources online. I'm like, oh my god. Discernment. And it's so funny, like with the AI stuff, it's like, well, of course, if you use it responsibly, it's fine. And it's like, but in what world is it gonna be used responsibly? They love to argue. Well, used responsibly, it could be really good. It's like, in what world? Shake my head. Just a big old shake my head. I know, I remember. Like, you can't use Wikipedia. Wikipedia's bad. There's way bigger fish to fry nowadays. Oh my god. Got a million times worse. I know, Wikipedia is like Wikipedia is a saint now compared to frickin'. At least, you know what? At least Wikipedia is real people making shit up. If anything's being made up. As opposed to like AI making stuff up. I had a friend who like wrote a fake Wikipedia article about my other friend. And it got deleted later on that day, but it was so funny. He was talking about how he's like writing it about our other friend. He's like, oh, so-and-so is married to this actress from Game of Thrones, and they're very happy together, and they just had their 7th child. It was up there for like a minute. Oh, it was so funny. I forgot about that. So yeah, it's like I get Wikipedia is not always like real, but like at least it's real people writing bullshit. That's fine. All right, I guess let me get out my little muscle bones. No, my book, Muscled Bodies. I just want to. What do the arms do? What do the arms do? Just need to see how the muscles form. I have this Morpho book. Very good. Muscled Bodies. I have some post-its on top of it. Muscled Morpho Forms. Very good book. How to arm, I know. My arms are very not suitable for this kind of thing. Alright, I think that's alright, you know. The thing is with muscles too, they're all like a little bit different depending on the person. Like this guy's got more like long, flat, square muscles here. Versus like this guy's got more of like a trapezoidal kind of look, and this guy's just got a more like rounded kind of a look. So we're just gonna do our best. I think that's it. But one of these days I'm just gonna have to do some animation studies of like muscles kind of moving as people move, so I can really kind of get the gist. Because yeah, I have an ex-student that's been doing that and then posting it in like our Discord, and I'm like, oh my god, this is what I need to be doing, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you, universe and ex-student for pointing out very good practice that I need to be doing. It's very inspiring though. Gosh, I love seeing what my students are doing. They're so freaking talented. Oh my god, I love it. It inspires me to be better. That's one of the things I love about having them do figure drawing, because like there's been so many times where I've seen their figure drawings and I'm like, oh my god, they cracked the code that I've been trying to crack. That's what I should be doing. And it's helped me to like really improve my figure drawings. My own drawing comprehension. So You know, I hope I give enough to them because I get back from them all of the time. I so appreciate them. I love what we have. Alright, I think I'm gonna go on to Mr. Leon and do some frames. I have my plan for him. Gonna do Frame and Frame. Maybe I'll start on Frame. But here, let me just this line art. I did do a little bit off stream. That reference here. Me. Just put it right here. It doesn't. I did do a little off stream. We have him just kind of starting his little yeah. No yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Here, I'll flip them around though. That might be good. Dankeschön. I'm really focusing on getting that face to feel very consistent. But maybe it's like one of these things where it's like, am I spending too much time getting the face consistent? You know, this is all for my own practice and betterment, so I'm gonna say no. But if I were doing this for something else, then I might say yes. Context is important. There's like a small chance that I'll play some Baldur's Gate later. A small chance. I'm not planning on it. Because Thursday's a better night for Baldur. But there is a little bit of a chance that I might hop on. Because I get crazy when it comes to new video games. It's always like this. Whenever I start to like get the fever. Then I enter into like my friggin' like craze, like, oh, I have to play this now for like 10 hours a day. I have to wake up and play it. I have to make sure that I just get my fill. When I played like Tears of the Kingdom, I had a shorter shelf life on it because it was so Breath of the Wild similar. But like, I very quickly clocked 100 hours on that game. Oh my god. Very quickly clocked 100 hours on that game. And I haven't beaten it yet, because I lost Steam. But we'll get back into it. It's typical for me to do. That's what happened with Tears of the Kingdom, or sorry, not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. When I played Breath of the Wild, I played it for 200 hours, and I didn't beat the game. I think I beat everything but, like, the end of the game, and I didn't get all the shrines yet. And then, like, 2 or 3 years later, I got back into it, and then I beat the game, like, 100%. And then I did all the DLC. I gotta say, the DLC for Breath of the Wild was, like, better than the game itself. Shots fired. I know, I get like way too into it. Like, I think with Resident Evil 4 Remake, since I played the original Resident Evil 4 like so many times, like I already kind of like knew what would happen to some degree, so it wasn't as like, I wasn't as crazy, even though I was a little bit crazy. But like, oh my gosh, I can already feel it setting in with Baldur's Gate. I'm just like like I was playing it before bed. I had a dream about it. This is only my second session. I'm just like, oh my god, am I doomed? I might be a little done for. Okay. this is what it means for me to be done for, I'm fine with that. Yeah, yeah, now that I kind of know how to play a little bit better, like, it makes me want to, like, explore more of the areas. Because, like, I was kind of ready to leave that goblin place, and then I explored a little more last night, and I realized, like, oh my god, I would have, like, missed out on, like, meeting certain characters. And I don't want that. So I'm kind of glad that I, like, went back in and played, even if I died and I lost everything. I'm kind of glad, too, though, because I was like, oh man, it's too bad I'm not playing this on stream. Because, like, this would have been fun to chat about. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, again, I feel ya. I'm not kidding when I say that I put 200 hours into Breath of the Wild. Granted, a lot of those 200 hours, not gonna lie, I spent a lot of time just walking around that map and like just enjoying the scenery, because it just felt like, oh, it's like Google Earth, but the game, and I can climb all over everything. Because that's kind of what it felt like at the time. Like, everything was so, like, I don't know, it's just like so very like kind of varied in terms of the biomes, and there's all the weather. And so I was like, oh, let me just walk around this volcano at a normal pace. Sure, my normal pace is running, but let's slow down and actually, like, pretend that I'm here right now. That was kind of how I clocked up 200 hours playing the game. Literally doing everything but, like, actually beating the game. Every quest, everything like that. So, yeah, you know. It's... I think I am gonna give him, like, eyebrows, like... Because... I think that's gonna just be a little bit more cute. What is Leon but not cute? Big old cutie pie. Especially like remake Leon. He's such a cutie pie. Like OG Leon is like the biggest Chad, and I love him for it. Oh my god. This Leon, he's like cutie pie. He's a little cutie pie. I'll finish Tears of the Kingdom one day. I have like a little Switch capture card thingy, so I can play it on stream. I have so many unfinished games. Oh my god. I never finished No More Heroes 3. Supposed to finish that one. I started playing that in my life, so it'll be nice to finish it in a less weird time of my life. Yeah, exactly. I feel like with Zelda games, like, I do have a tendency sometimes to, like, get really into them and then not finish them. Like, this happened with, like, I think I never finished Skyward Sword, actually. Yeah. It took me a while to finish Twilight Princess, but Skyward Sword, I never finished it. Yeah. I think I stopped like 80% of the way through. And then I just gave my friend back that... Because, like, I remember for the Wii, you had to have, like, that, like, extra controller add-on. Play it. And I just gave it back to my friend. I was like, okay, I'm done. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yep, I'm done. Here you go. And I just never thought about it again. And the only thing I think about when I think about that game is just how I have never thought about it again. I'm not curious about beating it. I didn't like Skyward Sword. It's like, I like the story. I didn't like it aesthetically. I'm just gonna be controversial. I didn't care for a lot of the aesthetics. I was just very mad that all of the backgrounds felt like tiled images that were like that had a watercolor effect, like Photoshop. Like all of the background stuff like felt like some sort of like Photoshop watercolor effect tile. And I just like, it was so lame to me. It was like Twilight Princess was so rich in terms of like the design of it. And like the level design, the layout and everything. And then frickin' frackin' Skyward Sword was like... Skyward Sword. It was what it was. Aesthetically. I wanted to like it. I liked the mechanic of like being in the sky and then jumping down into different places. Like I thought that was pretty badass, but yeah. Yeah, like okay, maybe it wasn't just me. It just was kind of mid in terms of Zelda offerings. And again, I love Zelda games. Like once, like Twilight Princess was the first one I played, and it took me so long to figure out how to play that game because like I was not used to like the puzzles. I was not used to a video game that like had just so many puzzles. Like where you had to use all your items to solve the puzzles. Like that was like new to me to like figure out like, oh, you have to like wear the boots to go across this landing because the wind is blowing you. Like all of that stuff, like, ooh. Took me forever to figure out how to beat that game because I just had to get used to that way of thinking. Then once I did, I loved it. I was like, wow, this is so great. Oh my gosh, the best game ever. I was like just more used to stuff like Kingdom Hearts was like a lot more straightforward. You just bop things. Very straightforward, easy to wrap your head around. Not really any kind of like logic or thinking. I didn't like Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm so sad about that. I wish I did. I wish it was better. But it was what it was. They just did such a bad job of integrating the character story and the Disney stories. And all of the Disney stories were just rehashes of the movies because Disney stuck their greedy little mitts, their grubby little paws into the IP. I have no bones about saying that. That is what happened. Watched it in those cutscenes. It's so lame. It's like, I don't need to watch Elsa sing Let It Go. I already watched the movie. Like, this is just Disney propaganda over here. Anyway. I got feelings. I didn't like it. I love Elsa, and I love Let It Go. But we don't need to watch Sora, Donald, and Goofy just, like, watching Elsa. Like, why are we watching them watch her? Like, why? They're not even interacting or singing with her. Ugh. The second one was... or the first one was kind of slow. I agree with that. I think that once it picks up, it's really fun. And number 2 is the best. 2 is the best Kingdom Hearts, hands down, because just everything about it is improved. Everything about the game, in every way, is improved in number 2. The combat is so fun. The, like, way that the worlds and the characters are all kind of, like, intermingled is great. The story in the characters, like, oh man, like, it's so good. Like, man, like Sora and Riku, like they make those characters and their relationship just like so, oh, it's so good. It's like, man, they really like feel something like you're supposed to. And then 3, they were like I don't know. 3 was like, oh no, we made Sora and Riku too gay. We have to backtrack on this. Even though, like, they're the most compelling, like, character relationship. Whether you make them, you know, gay or not, they're the most compelling characters together. And then they're like, no, we have to make sure Sora is straight, so we gotta put Kairi in there, even though they did literally nothing with Kairi in the other games. Not like I don't like her, but like, they just did zero with her. And then they're like, and now here she is! Don't you love her? It's like, I don't know her, man. I don't know her. Now Riku's like milquetoast because he's like solved all of his angst at this point in the story, I guess. Riku is the best character in that game, though. He is my favorite. He's the most compelling. But yeah, 2 is so good. 2 is so good. I gotta play 2 again. Like, if there's any Kingdom Hearts game that I would, like, replay the heck out of, it would be that one. First one just for nostalgia, and then that one just because it's a good game. But the first one has the best song. No song has ever compared to when you walk away, you don't hear me say. Like, the simple and clean. Like, no song has gotten close to touching that one, that's for sure. But yeah, 3 was the worst. I think it wasn't the worst Kingdom Hearts game. I think the worst one's probably the one with the cards. For me personally, because I just cannot stand a turn-based card game. If you've given me a melee game and then you're like, and here's the turn-based card version. Like, ultimate betrayal. Like, I can't do this, man. How dare you? So yeah, that's my personal preference. So, my personal preference coming out. Dream Drop Distance was like, whatever. I liked Dream Drop Distance. It wasn't good. Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It was just, it was a game. And like, there's Pokemon in it. I mean, they didn't call them Pokemon, but they were just Pokemon. Like, straight up. Kingdom Hearts, but with Pokemon. Then what was the one with the other 3 characters? I can't even remember the name of the one with the other 3 characters. Aqua, Ventus, and Terra. That one was a game. It was interesting, I guess. I didn't hate it, but I like Dream Drop Distance more. But I think it's just because I like Riku. I think, again, most compelling character. Sora is not the most compelling character, but he's likable. He's like he's a good main character. Also, there's a lot of Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts. That is the other kind of hilarious thing about Kingdom Hearts. It's like Disney and Final Fantasy together at last, like nobody asked for. Hey Leon, let's fix your face. Let's fix your face, girly. Not bad. That's fun. Alright, I'm gonna have to head out at 5:30. So I'm gonna do my best to get this frame done. This is an important frame to finish anyway, because it's gonna be the foundation of all of those in-betweens. All in-betweens will be built upon this. Yeah. Yeah, there's just something about his hair that's not working. Maybe, yeah, maybe a little swish like that is probably gonna be better. Butter. Yeah, that's better. Look at him, that's much better. Look at him, he's handsome. He's a handsome man. His name is Leon. Probably gonna like turn off the stream and be like, oh my god, there's everything wrong with this, but that's fine for right now. You can do no wrong in this moment here. He's charming enough for right this second. Even if I'm drawing like cute characters, I want them to be charming. That's the thing. It's like if I can be charmed by my animation, then I feel like that's where I'm successful. Whether it's like cute charming or mexy charming. Charming is charming. I know, that's just how it goes, you know? It's like you do it and then you just realize like, oh, okay, I've come back with fresh eyes and just seen everything wrong with everything. But you had to start somewhere, you know? You had to start that first pass somewhere to realize all of the things wrong. I think it's the artist's way. It's because, again, it's because we have the vision, you know? We have that vision of creating something from nothing. It's inevitable that we're going to have to run into that consequence of like the reality that we're perceiving in our brain being different than the one we're creating. I think that's a human thing. But we just get up close and personal with it being artists. The inevitable struggle. I don't want to make his muscles like as square as the other guy, but I don't want to make him too like rounded and inflatable. Thank you. Yeah, I think he's looking charming. We're gonna see. Sometimes too, like I can't tell if something's like looking good to me or not until like I get to like the point where I have more frames of animation in, and then suddenly I realize everything that's like wrong. Like that happens to me all of the time. It's like I can't see if something's not working until my in-betweens are in, and then I'm like, oh, this whole thing is broken. Like all of the time. It's so funny. Like the seeing it in motion is what really kind of clues me into like what's actually working and not. I just want these lines to be just long enough, you know? Just long enough. Oh, he's cute. I don't want his chin to be too big, though. We're gonna have to. But he is kind of like looking up a little bit. We'll futz. We'll futz. We might have to futz with line weight just a little bit, but okay. And his hair might not be quite. That's okay. I do like that I figured out with the pencil how to like actually adjust my strokes, because that was driving me a little crazy. I know we can do that in Toon Boom, but like I just forgot. Well, I just didn't know there's a hotkey. Now that I know there's a hotkey, I can actually do that and like have a better time. Hotkey makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. Goes to a cold key. Wonderful. We're not really gonna see this arm at this point, but it's there. I feel like we did a lot of things today. This was a nice little kind of poo-poo platter sampling of things to do. Did a little figure drawing. We even did some box drawing. Did us arm studies. I have not had a poo-poo platter. What is in a poo-poo platter? I thought it was just like a bunch of small dishes, like a whatchamacallit, like a dim sum or something. Oh, it's fish. Ah, fish. Hawaiian. Oh, okay. I've had a little bit of Hawaiian food, but not a lot. I didn't know it was Hawaiian. Yeah, I like this music too. Yeah, there's a Hawaiian place that was not too far from my college, and one of my ex-boyfriends was Hawaiian. I say one of, like I've had many. He was Hawaiian, so like I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's the reason he went there. I think it's just the food was good. Maybe it reminded him of home. I don't know. He didn't really talk about Hawaii that much. But he's an amazing photographer now. Like, oh my god, so stunning. Like, gosh, I'm so happy for him. He's just like roaming the jungles, taking amazing photos of wild animals and stuff. Like, he's incredibly talented. Anyway. So, I guess he's used to looking at beautiful nature growing up, so it makes sense for him. But yeah, I remember having some of that Hawaiian food with him. Good stuff. Cannot tell you the name of any of it. I want the... Go the other way. I guess it makes sense. Maybe I'll have to change it on the... Okay, yeah, this hand I'm gonna have to do when they do the gun, because it's gonna be part of the guns. And we're gonna just do them together. We'll find the best way to get that did. Groovy. Groovy, baby, yeah. Almost there with Frame of Leon. Exciting, Leon. Aren't you excited? He's excited. I have a feeling these little buckles are gonna need to be adjusted. Okay. That's okay. Oh, I love this, like, whatever this instrument is, it's like so gentle. Feels like rain, gentle rain. We'll have to futz with his, like, sure. Too. I'm not gonna fuck. I might want to make that its own pieces. Picka. Alright, here he is. Here's the guy. Yeah, I think it's marimba. Well, that's what I would guess. Guess what it is. A little bit of marimba action. Okay. I'm gonna leave him here. I am probably gonna cut the hair into his eye. Yeah, let's do it now. I can always redraw it. Just never be afraid of redrawing stuff when it's frame by frame animating, I was gonna say. Myself. Oh gosh, yeah. I know that feeling. I've done things like that before and I'm like, why did I wait? Oh my god. Well, I don't have AC. I mean, I do have AC. I don't know. We haven't been using it. Is it hot over there in Canada? How hot does it get? Because I know it gets real cold, but I also know that I've heard it gets warm. In the spring summer months. I hear it's really nice over there. Over there. Up there. Oh, I feel a nice cool breeze. Like you turned on your AC and then I felt a cool breeze. Or my air conditioning is on. I can't tell which is which. Hot enough to set things on fire. Yeesh. Well, I'm glad that you're not set on fire. That's crazy. I mean, I've heard about people like cooking eggs on their dashboard in their car, or baking cookies. I've heard of that before. Oh my god. People do the darndest things. Okay. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Alright, let's get rid of this line. You don't need that. Okay. Let's just put him over here. He doesn't really move from there, so. But yeah, so later on tonight, I'm probably gonna do this for him. We're gonna keep dialing, man. So yay, there's our Leon. There's our guy.
No, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no,
No, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah.
yeah, no big deal. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, no big
No
deal.
big deal.
Yeah, no big
No
deal.
big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
No
Yeah,
big deal, Leon.
Yeah, no big deal.
That's what he said.
Yeah, no big deal.
It's not.
Yeah, no big deal.
It isn't.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah,
It is
no big
not.
deal. Yeah,
It's
no
a
big
small
deal.
deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big
Yeah,
deal.
no big deal. Yeah, no
Awesome.
big deal. Yeah, no big deal. Yeah,
Oh
no big
gosh.
deal. Yeah,
There are
no
big
big deal.
fires all
Yeah,
over.
no
Yeah,
big
we had
deal.
some big
Yeah,
fires
no big deal. Yeah, no
too.
big deal.
Oh god.
Yeah, no big deal.
Big
Yeah,
fires
no
are
big
not
deal.
fun.
Yeah,
I'm
no
glad
big
you're
deal.
uncharred
Yeah, no big
and
deal.
there are no big
Yeah,
fires.
No big deal. Yeah, no big deal.
Alright.
Yeah, no big deal.
It's time
Yeah,
for
no
me
big
to
deal. Yeah, no big
mosey
deal.
on out.
Yeah, no big deal.
I might
Yeah,
I
no
might be
big deal.
tempted to come
Yeah,
back and
no
do
big deal.
Baldur's Gate later.
Yeah,
We will
no big
see.
deal.
We
Yeah, no
might
big
just
deal.
save it for tomorrow
Yeah,
and
no
start a
big
little
deal.
earlier
Yeah,
than I
no big deal.
usually do.
Yeah, no big deal.
But
Yeah,
we shall
no
see.
big deal.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
no big deal. Yeah, no big
it
deal.
was really fun.
no big
Catch
deal.
you later,
Yeah, no
man.
big
It was
deal.
really
Yeah,
fun
no big
having a
deal.
nice little
Yeah,
art
no big deal.
sesh.
Yeah, no big deal.
You
Yeah, no big
you
deal.
take care. Do you have
Yeah,
a great
no
rest
big
of your
deal.
day.
Yeah, no
Thank
big
you for
deal.
joining me.
Yeah,
Thanks
no big
to
deal. Yeah,
Extension
no
My
big deal.
Will.
Yeah,
And thanks
no
to
big deal.
everyone that
Yeah,
joined me
no big deal.
today,
Yeah, no big
now
deal.
and
Yeah,
later
no big
on.
deal. Yeah, no
If
big
you
deal.
watch this
Yeah,
recording.
no big deal.
And have a
Yeah,
great rest
no
of your
big deal.
day. And I think
Yeah,
the
no
music
big deal.
stopped, so it's kind of
Yeah,
the
no big
perfect
deal.
time
Yeah,
to
no big deal.
perfect
Yeah,
time
no
to
big deal.
stop.
Yeah, no
All
big
right.
deal.
No